Oh, hey, hi there. Glad you could make it back. So we left off the last episode with me making an unexpected discovery in the garage. It was a bit of a freak out, so to speak. So let's see how things went down. What the hell is this? I yelled as I felt my head beginning to expand. Meanwhile, Nafie sat content with his new purchase, playing a game of League, a distraction, so he could put off explaining his purchase to me. He would, of course, be explaining it, but only at the right time, when the conditions were perfect, to develop the best outcome. That's all calculated. You see, Nafie knew he had to take into consideration that his purchase of monitors, very plural there, were not exactly something I'd agree with. So giving the right explanation was key. I mean, it's pretty outlandish, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. It's Nafie. There on the floor of the garage, lined up and somewhat covered in what I assume was farm dust, sat 21 computer monitors. That's right, 21 monitors. I mean, seriously, what the hell are we doing with 21 monitors? I have to assume Nafie considered this potential earlier than expected discovery of his purchase. He knew, obviously, I would eventually know that it wasn't just a couple of monitors. Nafie would have considered this seemingly unexpected outcome and many other potential scenarios way in advance. He was already prepared for it, like always. Nafie looks for prime conditions and exactly the right words to use when having to soften the blow for me and to cultivate the absolute best outcome. Do I think that's mildly manipulative? Well, yeah, kinda. But at the same time, in the end, he almost always convinces me that whatever he did or purchased or created was somehow necessary. The rest went down something like this. As he made his way upstairs, cool as a cucumber, controlling any show of emotion, how he does that I'll never know, he began to explain his purchase. And in a calm and reassuring voice, he first points out to me that purchasing the monitors in bulk meant that they only cost $15 each. The deal was too good to pass up, he claimed. But 21 monitors, where the heck would we put them all? He went on to explain that with the low purchase cost, he could sell the ones he does not use at a profit. He further expanded on his explanation by telling me how helpful the extra monitors would be when he's programming and when I'm working on graphics. Several days had gone by before Nafie invited me to head down to the home office to check out what I can only describe as Control Center. Nafie yelled up to me from the basement.
Hey, come on down! You're the next contestant on INTP's Do the Zaniest Things show.
Okay, that's not really what he said, but he should have. I felt like I was a contestant on some crazy new reality show. I was waiting for Ashton Kutcher to pop his head out and say, "You've been punked." What I think he said was, "Hey, come on down. I got you all set up." "Okay, I'll be there with bells on. Just give me a minute, putting on the tea." I replied from a messy sink. I seem to remember having a cup of tea. I love a good cup of tea. Well, tea and coffee, actually. Lattes. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on lattes. And bells on. It's interesting. That phrase dates back to the 19th century, originating in the US, I believe. Apparently having something to do with a jester wearing bells on his clothing. Neat. Oh, but I digress. Where were we? Right, the INTP show. As I headed downstairs, admittedly, I wasn't in the best of moods. Granted, the purchase was not as expensive as I first thought, but nonetheless, it was still an outrageous purchase, and my mood over several days had not perked up much. As I approached Control Center, Nafie shuffled me over to my chair and sat me down. He's being incredibly cute. That INTP childlike charm was in overdrive. It's always so hard to resist. I glanced to my left and saw that he had 6 monitors set up for himself, all depicting an anime scene from, I think, One Piece. 4 more monitors are sitting rigged up to some kind of scaffolding system above my computer. A few more monitors are attached to computers and scattered across the tables on either side. I guess because you never know when we're going to have an old-fashioned LAN party. I sat there, totally reluctant to show any kind of enthusiasm, yet in awe at how well he put it all together. Must resist, must not give him the satisfaction of believing this was all okay. It was growing on me. The idea of having all these monitors was actually growing on me. Nafie pointed out how one monitor had my social media newsfeed, another a convenient file folder open. The top right had my graphics program open, and the main monitor had my animation program open. It was pretty cool, actually. Damn it! I was starting to warm up to it, and it wasn't just the heat of the monitors. How does he do this every time? How does he make the outrageous acceptable, the outlandish, the zaniest palatable, and somehow justifies the gratuitous? So that brings us to the why. Well, I guess the why was because this INTP decided that it would make sense to have a wall of monitors, a control center, to assist with multitasking and even boost productivity, and with the added bonus that, well, it looks cool. And you can't tell me he didn't consider how it would help enhance his gaming experience. Nafie will do the unexpected, like barbecue in minus 30 degrees weather, to just experience it.
Barbecuing in minus 30 degree weather. I just stepped in because I could see people getting out of their car and I didn't want them to see me.
Why in the world are you eating freezing cold ice cream?
This is right there.
Side, you're crazy, Nafie. You are absolutely crazy, honestly.
Oh my God, what did the neighbors think? To top it off, he was eating ice cream? Look at his adorableness, though. That cheeky grin. He's cute even in real life. In conclusion, I've totally gotten used to my 4 monitors, and all things considered, I have no idea how I managed with just one. INTPs, at least Nafie, can be extreme in their ideas. I'd say compulsive, not necessarily impulsive. But ultimately, when they have an idea in mind to explore, there's nothing stopping them. And if it's your partner, you're going along for the ride. It can be a real roller coaster at times. As an INFJ, I'm not much of a risk taker, but being married to an INTP, I've totally broken out of my shell and explored things I thought I'd never explore. He's helped me breach long-time fears and encouraged me to take on new adventures. I guess I've had enough years on the loop-de-loop with Nafie to know that we usually end up on our feet again, and exploring the upside down can be a real thrill. However, my grounded tendencies at least keep us from running completely off the rails. Whoa! Okay, here comes another one. It's those first big drops that get me every time. Remember, if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe.